play, there is still a large team involved in further work, including modelers, animators, special effect artists, audio designers, managers, testers, marketers, and more. These all work together to bring the heroes from the sketchpad to the game. Our ultimate goal is to let the players who choose any role or any hero receive recognition and satisfaction, experience their own highlight moments, and feel the extreme fun of competition in our game. In this Dev Talk, we have aimed to present the team's creative process for designing heroes and to give you all a better understanding of Honor of Kings. That's all for this Dev Talk. Stay tuned for the next one.
Since time immemorial, a great power has existed in the universe. A mysterious energy brought it to a new world. The Ark, power of creation, people call it thus. It makes civilizations prosper, creates wonders, and it could cause the world to end. It holds the power to create and the power to destroy. Some desire it, others wish to protect it. Two factions fought over it fiercely in flames of endless war. So the gods sealed it away, where no human could reach it. Until today.
Dear players, welcome to Honor of Kings. Born in 2015, Honor of Kings is the world's most played mobile MOBA with over 200 million registered users and 100 million daily active users. It has witnessed a total of 73 billion views of esports content in a single year, and recently seen international teams battling it out for a prize pool of $10 million at the 2022 KIC tournament. Since launch, Honor of Kings has been continuously refined and crafted to be the ultimate competitive game on mobile. Now, we are going to take you.
Yes, hello and good evening, everybody. We are your casters for this tournament. Nga pala, my name is Luna, and of course with me is
Hey kids.
JD. Hello.
Hey kids, it's JD the Caster Dad, and we are here in a very special competition for this evening. Of course, welcome to Project 160 Ascension of Kings, presented to you by CLX Production, supported by Honor of Kings, and brought to you by Project CLX and Aquila AXG Esports. This is actually the very first time that we will be broadcasting Honor of Kings for this evening here at CLX. And as you may know, old dogs are hard to teach new tricks, pero this old dog right here will be learning MOBA for you guys. First time ko to. So I'm very excited. So I'm sure, Luna, how about you? How are you feeling for this evening?
Yes, so the thing that is very exciting about this game is because I'm casting MOBA then at the same time this is new for everyone, especially in the Philippines, like for players who's also playing MOBA and who are also gamers, are familiar with the gameplay with different MOBA games. It is something that we're excited about. At the same time, with this fairly new game that we're experiencing, a lot of tournaments are already popping out. So parang for me, it's very exciting for everybody in the esports world. It's not because we're only focusing on a few games. Now we are expanding to a lot of games, and we're very open to learning more games in the future. So with this project or with this tournament, we're trying to ease up the game to different organizations, esports organizations in the Philippines. So ang maganda rito, JD, is that marami na ring mga new organizations na are focusing into Honor of Kings, which is really nice, diba? And it opens up a lot of opportunities to esports player, and of course yung mga dating esports player from different games are trying to trying to ease in, and also trying to mold into this game. So talagang exciting siya. At the same time, marami rin ako natutunan dito sa Honor of Kings. Actually, nalaman ko, it has been very long pala. The game has been standing long since 2015, and now we're experiencing here in the Philippines.
Yeah, we're very privileged that Honor of Kings, of course, is supporting tonight's competition in this entire series, basically. Now, for those who actually don't know, Honor of Kings is actually one of the titles that will be part of the Esports World Cup in the Middle East this year. So that's really exciting that we are already getting a chance to dive into this amazing game. Although, as we mentioned, it has been existing for a very long time. But the Asian market, I guess this will be the entry for this time, especially for the Philippines, and I'm sure every other esports organization who was focused on MOBA or perhaps transitioning to this type of game as well are very all excited and to see what this game can offer and what is the future for this game as well. Speaking of future and what we offer, of course, this competition will not just be for fun. We have an amazing prize pool for you this evening. Of course, for the champion, they stand to win 7,000 pesos. First runner-up takes home 4,000 pesos. And
of course, we have 2,500 pesos for the second runner-up, and the third runner-up will get 1,500 pesos. Oh my gosh. For a starting game, dito sa Philippines, it's something that is Look at the prize pool. Ang laki. Malaki na to for me.
Mabigat na to. Mabigat na to for a very,
Competitive.
I guess, fresh game and a new game in our eyes. And I'm sure the pool of talents here is really gonna grow even more. And speaking of talent pool for this competition, we would like to remind everyone and inform everyone that this is actually has become an international competition, as we have esports teams coming in from other countries to join this matchup. Speaking of the matchup for this evening for the qualifiers, we have, of course, AXG Next Gen fighting off against DTH Global. That's our first match.
Mm-hmm. And we have G Sports for the second match, and Bring the win. And last match would be
AE Sir Asgard battling off against Nocturno Inazu. That will be our lineup for this evening. For this matchup, of course, this will all be best of 3, but it's a single elimination setup. So if they lose tonight, they will not move on anymore to the next level of competition. So we can start off already with AXG.
Yes.
And ang ating kalaban nila for basically this first game for tonight. And I'm actually kind of in a blank between these two teams. I'm not familiar, although I'm kind of familiar with the AXG, but not their MOBA team. There's actually a different
Me too,
FPS
yeah.
I know of. For this other team, I believe this is one of our foreign representatives, if I'm not mistaken. Can I get a confirmation that from our production? I think Malaysia. So these are
Malaysia.
first international team who will be competing for tonight from Malaysia. So it's Philippines versus Malaysia ngayon pa lang, and I'm sure everyone who's watching tonight is very excited for this one. We also have, of course, this team broadcasting live as well here. And I guess expectations, Luna, initial, how do we initially gauge lang these two squads here for tonight?
Definitely, like this has been a long time preparation for both of the teams. So they already tried to, scout at the same time, try to also prepare for the tournament. I think what is really exciting here is that the metas for two different regions. Philippines has their own meta, Malaysia has their own meta. So thinking of that perspective, it gives a little bit of flavor on the game. Plus, this is the first time to actually play in this tournament. I mean, this is the first match that they will get head-to-head head-to-head play for this tournament. And what is exciting here is that they get to learn more about how they move around the map and the game, their gameplay, their game style. So somewhat unlike if you're playing within your region, let's say if you're battling with the same Philippine teams, it actually it actually means that you're also playing with the same meta. But here it is something different. So I hope these two teams will give more, excitement for everyone who's watching right now, and for those new people who are actually watching this tournament is no idea of what is happening. You better stick up until the match, up until the last match of this game today. So, so we can be more, aware of what is happening for Honor of Kings. But right now, we are going to start in a couple of minutes. But here we go. I think it's drafting na.
Yep. So yeah, this is definitely one of the probably the first time that we're gonna be seeing a bit of the meta between these two countries. So in a few minutes, we are ready for the draft already. Of course, much like any other competitions for MOBA, we will also have, of course, our bans and the respective picks for this evening. But we will have to check who gets the first pick and first ban for tonight. I guess for the side of the pick, we have an idea of who are meta heroes, so to speak, and the normal heroes that have been banned in the regular scrims here, and even the level of usage that we have seen probably in the invitationals on Honor Kings and other local competitions as well. So in this case, I guess we're gonna start off first with Macquiao. First ban, Macquiao, huh? Interesting pick here on the side, and For the DTH is Angguan. Okay. Sang
Changguan.
definitely two particular heroes that I'm not so familiar with actually. Support for sure.
So Chang.
Dolly
So
of
that's
course.
with Dolia. Yeah.
That's our meta.
Dolia for the yeah, and yeah, Zhuangzi. Okay.
Mangzi would also be part of the ban
Rough
for
ban,
the
yeah.
evening, and then I guess we're waiting for two more heroes to be banned for tonight. First pick, of course, from the Philippines, Lam will be here.
Lam.
Okay, definitely one of the favorable jungle heroes for Honor of Kings. Basically, actually, it's one of the highest banned. When it comes to the Philippine side, or even during the invitation, so that's actually one of the one. Of course, aside from Dolly as well, because of how strong these heroes are when played together. Now this time, Darren, hello,
We have
finally,
Zhang and Dharma
Dharma.
for DTH Global. So going back to you mentioned that one of the highest bands for the invitationals, Lam. I think is because gameplay wise, aggressiveness. It is something for us because assassin. He's an assassin,
Mm,
so it is something that we wanted to fast play, right?
mm,
Fast play at the same time, fast rotations all over the map. Alain and Dong Juan for the Philippines for AXG next gen.
mhm. And
Okay,
then
up next.
Sassy for DTH.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting pick. Of course, you have Dharma with you. So, we'll see how about for the final two here for HG and DTH. Another ban from the side of DTH is Princess Frost. Also one of the very OP heroes here in Honor of Kings. Especially if you've memorized her full combination, this will definitely stun and of course really give your team a very good competitive advantage when it comes to team fights. Alright, Lian will also, I believe, will be banned as well. Okay, from the side of
Yeah.
AXG. So I guess we're just waiting for two more picks for both squads here. Initially, what is your feel between the DTH pick and the first three between AXG, Luna?
Well, for me, like this two, I think they're more on the side of aggressive picks as much as possible. But like in any MOBA games, there is like a balance between. So, since we are still starting in like for the Philippines, we're just also learning the different metas all around. So we're trying to keep up with how other players in other regions are going to use their or pick their picks and bans. So we have next one with Gan and Mo. I think that is the last. Okay, Ganmo for the last ban for AXG and Next Gen. So we're now talking getting for the side here for DTH Global.
Lady Sun. Lady Sun would be their farm lane.
Lady
Interesting.
Sun.
This is an interesting pick. I've seen this before, this combination, but I want to see how well DTH performs this one.
I've seen a Lady Sun, Dharma and Musashi combination before, and it really does well if they're you manage to pull it off in the late game. So if they're able to do it right, this is a good advantage for them. For the side of AXG, I'm honestly not. I'm a marksman mid lane main. So I'm not familiar with the last two. And then of course, we're just waiting for the last two picks for the side of AXG here. So probably we're just hoping for Marco Polo as their marksman.
Oh,
Okay, that's definitely from their far lane. Sorry. Marksman is definitely farm lane. And one more on the side of AXG. And this is Joyu. Okay. And of course, we're still waiting for one more pick on the side of DTH and one more ban. Hey, no. Okay. Okay. I've never seen this combination before. even for the side of HG, I'm actually interested how this one is going to play, and I believe we're just waiting for one more ban on the side. Oh, the DTH ban, I guess, is technically all good already. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is our lineup for this evening: AXG versus DTH Global. Luna, how do you foresee how this one's gonna work? Some of the heroes we have here are better off in the late game. I guess not so much on the early part of the matchup. I think I've tried to vibe how this one would work for these two squads. Your thoughts?
Well, if the teams are going to, be playing until the late game, they're trying to actually stretch the time as much as possible. So, fast jungle, fast rotation, and you know, fast movement within the map is very important, especially when it comes to, getting all of the objectives as much as possible. If they want to move into the late game, they need to be faster to get more gold, get more resources, and as much as possible. Look at that, easy peasy entrance coming from DTH as much as possible, trying to pull back Mike Hume here, and but as much, but working on the objective parts, the aggressiveness is on the side of DTH.
Mikey almost fell into the ground there, giving us probably
Yes.
the first blood, almost, but managed to step away immediately there. This is how the style basically of some of the Philippine teams here. They're very aggressive during the initial team fights, but for some, perhaps on the Malaysian side, I think they're from how they're being spread out. So of course they're basically staying on the lane at the same time, working on, of course, trying to make sure that they are ahead in gold and try to hold off as much as possible when it comes to the engagement. 9 Debu here engaging with Zeppy. It's a 2v2 situation on the side, but here up in the jungle, it's also they're just trying to pick each other up, but not really full-on engagement just yet. So hopefully we get to see a little bit more of the action here. Of course, they want to be a little bit more careful during the first half of the match here, and just stock up in your gold and make sure to just have an idea of how this rotations of each of these players will move in the map.
Right now, we can see there's a rotations and a little bit of movement on the bottom lane. But as we go on to the map, we can see that clearly DTH right now is trying to control the map against AXG. So we're just, it's very early, 2 minutes into the match. I mean, we are still waiting for another clash to happen soon as the two major objectives will be up. So we're just waiting for 91 seconds. But for now, rotations all over, just all of the jungles taking over by our junglers, and we're more of a flexible type here. That everyone is just waiting for something to happen. But look at here.
Nope, he's still alive.
OMG.
Mickey managing again to survive that initial onslaught. I'm sure he was gonna just to
Very
was
fast.
they're very fast. At least good setup there for Mickey, but of course for the next of the squad, see here less on the team fights yet. They're still trying to stock up.
Agree.
They're still trying to stock up on each other. So still nothing crazy going on, which is good. You don't want to be, of course, the first one to make the mistake for your team. So playing very smart here, just trying to make sure you're all up to a certain level. Right now here, Jim trying to fire away from the distance. Zeppy here as well, so medyo nagkakapaan doon dalawa to here at the farm lane. No solid setup yet. They just want to make sure that, okay, at so long as our towers are still good, we're still okay. Nothing crazy going on. Just go on and farm. Of course, probably waiting for the time that our overlords and our tyrants could become available, and that would probably the moment that we'll see some heavy engagement against these two squads.
Okay, 6 seconds up until the tyrants and the overlords will be up. But as we can see, they're trying to position themselves. Okay, it's now spawn, guys. We will definitely find some team fights over here. But right now, positioning from both of the teams, AXG and DTH. OMG, look at that. We are looking at
First blood.
easy first blood coming from the side of AXG. But right now, they've defeated the Tyrants. And wow! Bloodbath after bloodbath coming from the two teams. Oh no! Oh, will there be a very low? There you go. A kill. Yes.
That was like insane engagement right there.
Very
Everyone
insane.
glitching just a back and forth, but of course right now it's a four. We managed to have 3 kills on both sides. I believe I actually wasn't able to catch it. Yeah, I was able to catch it a bit. DTH managed to take the Tyrant there from that initial engagement. They had basically the same idea coming in. When the Tyrant came in, everyone just went in straight, went in for the team fights already, managing to take out each other, and of course DTH securing that one already. But of course it's still not enough. Again, back here trying to control the lanes this time, and hopefully one of these squads manages to start to break a little bit from the towers. Although the side of the Clash lane, DTH kind of having a trouble there. But now some team fights. Let's see what's happening here, and someone's still alive.
Ooh, coming from the inside. OMG, that is it. Mikey-kun has, has swiftly managed to move inside the side of DTH. So, unfortunate, turnout of events for Mikey-kun. However, moving in again here, they need to pull back. AXG has to pull back, especially right now. They're trying to eye in for another objective. But, like any other games, they need to regroup as much as possible because one after the other, DTH has been very consistent when it comes to rotations. At the same time, they're able to also get objectives one after the other. So careful only for any kind of engagements, especially for AXG if they really want to move in and surpass DTH as of the moment. Pero it's 3 versus 4 pa lang naman, so very easy peasy takeover if ever. They just need to become careful only.
That is definitely the case. Also with the gold side, they're all kind of at the same level here, so no significant rush for any of these squads to really be aggressive when it comes to their play here. At so long as, of course, you are clearing out your lanes in a bit, making sure those minions are not really breaking out your particular lanes here for this evening so far. Kind of for me, it's a bit of a... It comes in waves of slow and fast movements and fast-paced setup here. As we can see here, farm lane 3v1 situation almost, but I guess the 3 members from DTH side just make sure to help out their minions for that wave. Again, one goes down on the side of DTH. Orden and Miki trying to finally breaks one tower for this matchup, but of course for the rest it's still a long way to go for some of these squads. And here we go, Nemesis mid lane here on the side, 3v2. If they're gonna go for this one, will they go for the mid lane break here? They're just firing up on all cylinders. Musashi died, but no, it's still alive. It's okay, it's all good. Everyone's still fine. They're just basically just touching each other, backing up, and then just like, okay, we're good, we're fine, we're okay.
Right now, moving in, okay, we are actually seeing a little bit of, little bit of clashes in each of the lanes, and as we go in 8 minutes, 4 kills for each of the teams. Matipid eh. It's not that super over to the top that there's a lot of kills all over. And we can see that the teams that are very careful. But right now, AXG trying to get more kills against DTH during that clash, and of course, nakuha na nila one of the biggest objective right now is the Overlord. So right now, they need to utilize, the current buff or the current, the current situation that they have, because 7/5, really good movement coming from AXG. And like kanina, they're like a little bit of a choke up, pero right now they're more comfortable, maybe because the items are already there. and they were able to, as much as possible, utilize a lot of time where they can, they can clear the minion waves, they can do the rotations, and one thing is also we get to see here is the clear communication, I guess from AXG right now. So they already know what they need to target. Kasi early on they're just nangangapa lang sila, and they're more a little bit aggressive, but sometimes when they come in parang alangan sila. They're not sure, right?
They're just having to have a feel already of how these players
Yeah.
basically do their thing and how they work with the respective heroes. I guess that is the thing here. Thailand Overlord again enhanced at this point. Still, I guess it's kind of a slow setup here, as we can see. No, mid lane from the side of DTH. Mid lane one tower from the Clash lane is down. Mid lane almost done with one. Yeah, not yet finished though. This time coming in for DTH once that
Ooh.
Overlord are ready, and that's gonna give them slight good advantage at this point if they want to get ahead a bit for this one Odin. Try to just stay away from these four members, and it's still trying to go in.
No,
Odin, trying to go for the push. Nagkakaroon na po sila. Musashi killing that lamb right there. And now everyone is just trying to find someone for this time. Ooh, he's still alive, but Lamb finishing that one off already. 3 members here from AXG to try to pull a bit of a trade kill, so to speak here. But nope, everyone's gonna be to calm down already. That they have to prepare already for that Tyrant to come, for that Overlord to come in just a bit. And speaking of which, it's already on the side of AXG, no? So medyo papasok na po
Yes.
tayo ng konti, and let's see if how will DTH respond to this one.
You know what I'm seeing here is that the aggressiveness is a little bit off on the side of DTH, especially when it comes to team fights. But when we look into the map right now, look at closely, right? AXG is always turning their focus is into the towers. All of the
Lane
towers
push.
right now. The
Lane
push,
push.
yeah, the lane push definitely is very heavy for the side of AXG. They've already dominated the top and the top and the bottom lanes, and right now they're pushing for the middle. So even though they're trying to always engage for team fights for AXG, and they get pick-ups, sometimes at most, they have the more deaths rather than the kills during team fights. But that is, I think, their strategy to get it away from the team members of DTH to focus on the lanes. So once there's any team fights, they try to kill. So another team member from AXG try to get the turret. So it's,
Follow.
really nice. Look at that.
Ooh, Lamb shutting down that Musashi already. And of course the trade kill
No,
from
over.
it. Van Hino also doing its well, and then
Is it over?
Dharma punching its way to victory this time.
Oh, no,
Situation is Hino needs to bail out already. Medyo malayo, hahabol. Habol,
Habol?
Hindi. Nakalis ba?
Nakalis ba? Ay, hindi! Oh no,
Nahabol.
nahabol. 3 deaths against the side of DTH. So right now, with that upper hand coming from DTH, they're now pushing their way into the middle. They're not even focusing any other turrets onto the top and bottom. They're more focusing themselves on the middle, which is the very shortest lane into the map. So it's a very good strategy coming from DTH. And right now, 27 seconds, they're just waiting for the Tyrant to happen. So later on, we'll see how will this pan out for AXG, because they have already the upper hand earlier. But with a very slight mistake coming from AXG, they early on had the tables had turned around for the side naman for DTH to get the upper hand. So there we go, the Tyrant is there. So it's all for the taking. We will see later on who will take this Tyrant.
I think DTH will probably. Oh yeah, they're definitely going for this one already. Even though it's just gonna be Nezu and Sawadi here. And on the other side, of course, I guess they basically just went for the split here. ASG trying to gun for the Tyrant and for DTH for the Overlord. That's basically what happened right now. Of course, mid lane activities here on the side of DTH. I guess that is definitely the play here. Push down to the mid lane and probably get that high ground turret already breaking, but it's still gonna be far ahead as we have, of course, the Dragons flying away already into their respective places here. So let's see here if this is the momentum that they're all waiting for already for the side of DTH.
Well, DTH indeed really had an upper hand, where in fact AXG already has that earlier. But they need to be careful. Oh no! Jimmy
That
would be. Jimmy almost had it for the side of AXG, but right now we've seen all of the skills flying all over. Very easy kill for the Tyrant, and they're now waiting for the next wave to happen. But the pressure for AXG is really heavy.
AXG now has to play defensive here because they're basically left to their high ground turrets at this point. So this is not really looking good for them. The best call of action here is definitely go for a full wipeout and then go for the push again. But of course, I guess level-wise, they're all built well already. One way or the other. Dharma just punching his way through that lane, but not yet. Still alive.